combo meme deck or just like a very specific strategy. But see, as long as you know they're doing that and you have control and you know what the key card will be, and the key card in his deck is obviously the Scribe. So we've identified the important part of his deck is the Scribe. We stole it round 1. We've now forced out Zavala and King of Beggars round 1. So he doesn't have that finisher anymore, which means that we've kind of forced out his backup plan. We forced out his main plan. He's not going to be able to execute his plan with these Scribes because we just took it because we know that's what he's going for. And we should win the game now. Today we're going to be playing Pirates, but we're going to be playing the more control version. This is probably the more popular version of the deck. So you have your consistency tools with your Sunset Wander and your discard packages. You have your big control cards in Heatwave and Vigo's Muzzle. You have Croc for a round with the Pirates, preferably 2 if your Fukusha can bring them back. And it gives you armor for your finisher, which you typically want to be Terror of the Sea in round 3, along with maybe a Heatwave if you haven't played it yet, or Morkvarg depending on the opponent's deck. And then you have a lot of just value bronze cards. We are playing the Whale Harpooner because I want to try it out. This could probably be any other 4 provision card. I just want to try the Harpooner since there's a lot of Swarm I'm facing, and the value of the Harpooner against Swarm is pretty good. If you get good value and you move stuff to the other row. So we're going to try that out. And then we have a Peller and a Primal Savagery. These could be any 4 provision cards. I just want to run a Peller. Maybe we can have something fun if we steal a good card and then purify it. And then I want the option to purify our Croc if someone can't actually kill him. We've got the Primal Savage because it's really, really good value if you get it off and we do a lot of damage. So yeah, this is basically the idea of the deck here. We want to thin out round 1, get a lot of tempo. Going second, we can do a lot of pushing, or a lot of pressure. We have round 2 and 3, ideally to use Croc in both, but that's not always going to be the case. We force out a bunch of their stuff and we save Terror of the Sea for a finisher. And that's the idea of the deck. Should be pretty good. We answer a lot of things. The thing you have to watch out for is if they don't have tall cards, you run into a little bit of a problem because your Heart of Terror loses value and your Heatwave loses value, and that can be a problem. Heatwave we have for scenarios though, so it's not too bad. But against decks that don't go too tall, you might have a little bit of trouble. And against decks that don't rely on engines or units, your control might not give you enough points to actually win like a point slam type game. But overall, it should be a pretty good deck. Let's see how it does. First game here looks like it will be Double Cross Assimilate. This is one of my least favorite decks, but we're gonna have to try and beat him anyway. And I finally figured out why I don't like Double Cross. It's not that the deck's too strong. I just dislike mirror matches, and it makes every game feel like a mirror match. And that's why. That being said, it's also not a great matchup here because Fukusha is a terrible card to let him have. He's gonna create a bunch of our bronzes probably. Either with whatever the 4 provision bronze tactic is, or the Duchess Informant, Brothens type of stuff. And then if he brings it back with Fukusha, he'll get like 5 turns of Rain plus the Resurrect. And he can put Spying on our big cards. Crack's not too bad because he won't get the ability from it. But he can put Spying on like a big card, and then he can play it again. Most likely we just have to watch out that he can't Spying Fukusha. Because if he does that, he'll coup it, he'll be able to Artois it. And that's just a lot of value we don't want him getting. So Fukusha is definitely... And Bribery, you could Bribery it too. He could also Assimilate Leader Charges, so we can't save it for the end of the game, because then he'll get it that way. Alright, that's not too bad. He gives us armor there. The armor is probably not going to be too valuable in this game. Against some decks, it's really good. Like Frost decks, the armor is really brutal for them to deal with, because you just block everything on armor. And they lose a ton of Frost value. Here, that probably won't be the case. We're just thinning our deck here. We're going to go with Black Hand. A little bit of engine value getting out there. There's the Spying. So we do have him putting the Spying on Black Hand. They usually don't run too many Mage Torturers, or what's the other one? The Turncoat. They usually don't run too many of the cards that put Spying out. Which means that he might not... If we get him to play all of them, he might not be able to put Spying on Fukusha, but he'll probably be saving one for that. Yep. That's really common, by the way, in these Assimilate decks. They try and make a scenario you're running, and then if they get that, it's usually really, really bad. Because they have no trouble activating whatever scenario you're playing. However, for us here, we're not playing a scenario, we're playing more of a mid-range control deck, and he doesn't get one. I mean, a lot of provisions just got wasted, and that's pretty good for us. We managed to thin out both of our Skirmishers and our Morkvarg, so our deck's pretty well set up. However, we don't really want to play any more of these cards, except maybe Burna, but I would like to play Burna with Coral. Okay, that's good. We'll take the pass there. We are up by 25. I kind of saw that coming. While we're going here, guys, if you like the video, you like the deck, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It really does help out. We have Peller. That's not going to be great here because we don't really care about locks. I think we push here. And here's the dilemma we're going to try and explain when we go through this. We're just going to play a couple engines and stuff. Our dilemma here is that we do not want him to put spying on Fukusha and then to create Fukusha with Artwad and Ku. The other dilemma is if we don't play Fukusha, he's going to create it with the double cross. The reason this is important is because normally we want to push this round to force out their cards. However, he has not played a Jean Calvite yet. He may not be running Jean Calvite. He might have just got unlucky and not drawn it. We'll just discard. I don't think we want this ship. That one had more armor, but the armor is kind of irrelevant. He's going to use Ku there. That means he can't Ku Fukusha this round. So I think we want to push them. Primal Savagery, definitely a good value card. Like I was saying here, our issue is we have to be careful about this Fukusha. I'd really want to use her on Croc anyway. There's a Mushy Truffle. Okay, so I guess he's running high provision cards over the Jean Calvite and doesn't actually have Jean Calvite. Because normally you want to push round 2 against these decks to remove all the gold cards they stacked with Jean Calvite. Draw here. Into Croc. That's really good. The issue is he's just going to not double cross, Invocation or Heat Wave the Croc. If he's playing Joachim, we're in a much better spot. They don't always play Joachim. There's the boost. Here's the thing. We could push hard here and try and get rid of his leader and his gold cards. I think I want to do that. But it does mean we'll have to play Fukusha, which means the Artwad could create it. What bronzes does he have? He'll get a ship back, probably. That's not too bad. We'll go here, and we'll get the armor out. Let's see what he does. We take damage, so the indication's actually pretty small here. It's only a 5-point swing. He's gonna go for a gold card. Like I was saying, the whale ship armor, it didn't really matter. We're gonna get like 2 damage off of it from Croc's ability, and we won't block anything. Except now we'll have to block these pirate ships. Didn't have the Bloodthirst, so Croc lives for a turn. That's pretty good. I think we can get rid of one of these pirate ships. The on crate long ships, that is. So this will move and do 2 damage, and then we'll do 2 damage from Croc's ability. Because nothing else at 2. That will kill off one of these. Let me take the damage on the armor. We're good. We have Croc's ability here. Let's just hit this. We're up a point still. Now, the last plays we have are really big. He's going to go for this one. That's not bad. It gives us a damage. We do lose Croc here. I think we want to push with Fukusha. The thing is, if he's not playing Joachim, Heart of Terror is really bad. But I think he is playing Joachim. Because if there's no Jean Calvite and there's a Ku, there's definitely going to be a Joachim in here. So if he plays it this round, we might be able to duo him. But right now, let's just play Croc again. Put these armor out again. We're getting a bigger and bigger finisher each time we do this. And we could go for leader charges to push really hard. As we can actually kill both of his ships next turn with the leader charges and the Morkvarg. But we have to see if he's running... Well, the thing with Joachim is we still have a Heat Wave left, and we have the Heart of Terror, or Terror of the Seas. Terror of the Seas kills one of the Joachim boosted cards as it is. Okay, there's the double cross. Why wouldn't you pick Heart of Terror? It does 10 damage and kills the Sunset Wanderers. It's a little odd. Guess maybe he thought he got the armor from it? I'm not sure. But I think we... Yeah, we still have Heatwave, so we can kill both the Joachim boosted cards. We don't need Heart of Terror, we'll just use him here. Get the 3 damage from his armor. And then I think we double leader here. I want him to force out... I want to force out the gold cards. We double leader, it's a 10-point difference. It's a pretty big commitment. But we want to get rid of either Brathens or Artois. Especially Artois if he has it, we want to get rid of. He needs 11 points. Brathens will get him there, but we could play a card then. And if he plays Brathens with a boost, we could use the what's his name? Tear of the Seas. Oh, he didn't go for either gold card. We're passing then. He has to have one of them in his hand. He has to have one. He gets Echo on coup, so if he has Joachim, he's saving Joachim for round 3. He won't play Joachim here, which means he's going to either play Brathens or Artois, or he has another bronze card. If he has another bronze card, we get a little bit punished for this push, but otherwise we should be good. I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of the two. Yeah, it's Brathens. So his last card, either Joachim or Artois, and then he draws into Joachim. We did use a bunch of our gold cards, and he can Artois the Akusha, but in a short round, he won't get all the rain value. So it's not too bad then. It's just a 4 plus probably another ship. We have our own. Our deck's not great though, by the way. There's our Viggo's Muzzle. We do actually want that Heat Wave, for sure. We have 3 cards in our deck. One's Coral, one's Heat Wave. I'd really like both of those, honestly. Coral could draw the Heat Wave, so let's try and do this again. Huh, that's unfortunate. Kind of wanted that quite a bit, relying on it. Because you know when you Heat Wave a scenario, like they still get value because they play the scenario, they spawn the 4 Persian guy. That's like the reverse of Joachim. They Joachim something to your field. Joachim gives you 4 and you Heat Wave the thing they gave you and you get a +4 out of it. We're going to take this ship. It's not the biggest target for Viggo's Muzzle. He's not going to have a good target, but it does at least deny him 3 points of value. And we could purify it if we draw badly with Coral. There's the Fukusha. We know this is going to happen. This is a big play. But I'm pretty sure he's running Joachim Coup, so we can remove one of the Joachim units with this guy he just played. And then if we draw into our Heat Wave, which we really should have. See if we can do it here. We really should have drawn it there. Good chance here then. There we got it. We'll get rid of this Peller. So while it doesn't look good if these are Joachim Coup, we do win, which is what I think they are. He'll put the Joachim in the rain row too, so the Joachim's only a 2 instead of a 4. Oh, he doesn't have it. That being said, that is still a good target for our Heat Wave. We'll hit that. So, oh no, he used Coup twice, so he just has Joachim. That's right. Yeah, there we go. He already used the Coup twice. I'm not sure why I kept thinking he had it. But that's a really good card for him to get, unfortunately. Yeah, it's really good for him. Which means it's not good for us. However, Terror of the Seas as a finisher is really big. Is a 16-point play here, and that'll give us a win. So, that'll be GG. Good game to start off with. I don't know why he thought Coup had 3 Echoes. It's because they always have it. Stockpile, this is what we wanted to see. This is the type of matchup we really want to go up against. We're playing a pretty heavy mid-range control deck. So anything that relies on engines, we should have little trouble dealing with. And we even have the Whale Harpooners here, which will actually be pretty good because they have movement. But first, we want to just do our discard package. Then we'll get into playing them. Could have kept a Cutting Slash there by more value the discard here. If he is playing an engine deck, which it's Stockpile, it's an engine deck, we don't need all of our control tools. Sure, they're really good, but round 1 we should have enough tempo that we could hold on to those for later rounds. And we do have Coral for 4 damage right now when he plays an engine, which it probably will be. Yeah, like this is going to die. Ooh, maybe not if he's got that guy out. One of them will die. So we'll go Coral. Hardly a surprise to anybody. Discard. Discard again. Preferably we kill the ballista, but it doesn't really make too much difference. Okay, we killed the ballista. We're up by 20 points. He does need to play an engine. We do have to walk out for, what's the big one? Foltest Pride. But we are holding Vigo's Muzzle. I'll definitely Vigo's Muzzle the Foltest Pride if he plays it. No burn now, but we could do more discarding. We definitely want to do a discard for our Morkvarg. 2 more damage. Okay, the killing that means that it's a little harder for crew, perhaps, but don't think he will crew. 2 of our ships still alive, which is nice. Does 1 damage each turn. Pretty handy. Gives us armor each time he plays a unit. Oh, he's going to actually use a stockpile charge to kill it. Okay, if he's not playing King Radovid, that's a big commitment. If he's playing King Radovid, it's a little bit less of a commitment because you get a total of 5 charges usually. He'll only get 4 because we can answer it, but that's a third of his leader charge is gone in a round he's not going to win anyway. There's the Foltest Pride. So we're going to seize that. Definitely going to seize that. I think that was a mistake by him to play the leader charge. We've done triple discard with a coral out. There's no way he's keeping up. So he's going to end up having to pass. Now he's just down a leader charge for later in the game. Yeah, exactly. It's just a waste of a leader charge. And if you can't even say it denied us an armor point in our hand because Foltest Pride had an armor. Alright, I do have 2 Whale Harpooners. Might try and use them this round. I don't think I want 2, though. Peller, he's not going to have a defender, right? No, he's not. We'll go Croc. Again, we're just playing melee to avoid having a Trebuchet hitting us without a crew ability. And we just want to force out the siege here. That's our plan. Unlike Inspired Zeal Inspired Zeal Siege, there's no duels or really any power cards for a short round 3, which means that if we get into a short round 3, we should be heavily favored, especially with Terror of the Seas. By the way, we haven't drawn that yet, but we will try to. Vest, okay, he's trying to set up Rafard's Vengeance. We just deny him from that. You don't play Vest unless you want to set up Rafard's Vengeance. We'll get some good value from Blackhand here, and he'll be an engine for our other pirates. And then the armor kills Vest. And he should have... his Rafard's Vengeance will never get his order off without Zeal. So we'll deny that, and then we should just win. That's a card. I wonder if that means he's playing the ship. What's the ship called? The Carrick Frigate? Because otherwise it's hard to get 8 soldiers out. And you're not going to play that for 8 bleeding. Still, he's going to have to play Siege if he wants a chance in this round, and then we'll Heat Wave it. He might have been waiting for us to play ranged, but we did that, and we did that. We didn't have a choice. We could play the ship and then pull out our... Nah, I think we just play the Harpooner. It does kill it, because we get the... Well, let's go with this one. This kills it too. And then it gives us another engine setup. And we can play this out. This way we have a really big tempo play if we want to pass at some point this turn. Like, there's an option if it's just passing here if he plays the Siege. And with the getting the Sons of Honors out a turn earlier, it gives us that option to pass, with him having a much more difficult time keeping up. Okay, so let's just play this ship. He's really refusing to play Siege, so he either doesn't have it or realizes that once he plays it, his long round 3 is super weak. But he's not going to get to a long round 3 without playing it. Or a round 3 in general, honestly. Yeah, and there's a Marine. So at this point, I'm pretty sure he's going to lose. He hasn't played Siege. His long round 3 is not going to happen. His round 3 is not going to happen at all if he doesn't play the Siege soon. And we have such a good engine setup. We have really good control tools in our hand that anything he plays, we're just going to answer. And he's not really going to have a shot of getting to those later games. This is what the deck does. You answer pretty much everything that's a problem, and you can actually generate your own points pretty well, especially if your Croc lives. And there's the frigate we mentioned earlier. We'll just take care of that with probably Harpooner. And this should be a GG at the end of this round. He's not going to be able to win the round. We'll just remove this, probably with a leader charge, then play the ship to kill them. Okay, doesn't matter. GG. Going up against Tactical Decision. What will we be playing against this time? Will it be Hyperthin? Will it be Mill? Will it be Kolgrim Clog? You never know. You never know. Will it be Ball? It could be Ball too. You play pretty much everything in, well, it's probably not Ball, because you want to play Snowdrop with your Tactical Decision. If you're playing Snowdrop, you don't have Devotion, and Fergus is a really strong card for Ball decks to give you a bunch of boosts. Sunset Wanderers. Cynthia, so Kolgrim. Good to see you, Kolgrim. It's not, but the thing is here, against Kolgrim decks, if you don't have an answer to him, you lose the game. But unfortunately for this guy, we have answers. Because as long as we have Heart of Terror, Heatwave in our hand, no Kolgrim deck's gonna get us. Because they can kill both. And then we have the ship, which stops him from playing Kolgrim at all. However, he won't let the ship live, so that's kind of irrelevant here. The on-crate long ship, that is. As long as it's out, they can't play Kolgrim. If they play him, it takes 1 damage and dies. However, there's a chance he's going for some kind of 2-0 deck, so we definitely want to win this round 1. So we'll commit our Croc here. We definitely want to win this round 1. There is the lock. That's not too bad. I think we just go Coral here. We could wait a turn for the Sunset Wanderers, but I don't think we want to. I actually probably want him to come out this round. I think we just discard this. So we have 2 Scalds and 2 Skirmishers in our hand. We're going to obviously play those with our Coral out. That should give us a lot of tempo. I'm debating whether or not we want to play the Longship first. Okay, he can't tourney joust the Coral now, so I think we do go for the Longship. Let's go Longship first. And then we have 2 10-point plays from Skald and Skirmishers, which should keep us ahead on even pretty easily. Well, not even, ahead on even. Should help us keep up. We don't need to win on even, we just want to win. Let's go for the Skald, because we want the Skirmishers out. The problem with Skirmishers is that he's going to, oh my goodness. I was talking about the Skirmishers, so we played it instead of Skald. That's not good. Okay. I was like... And he's going to pass, obviously. So, now we have to leader charge if we want to win the round 2, because we're down 4 points we should have had from discarding with Skald. We have to double leader charge. So that mistake cost us 2 leader charges. Great. But like I was saying, the problem with the Skirmisher and Skalds getting out is he's going to start putting them on top of our deck with the Viper Witchers. So we don't really want that to happen, but then we do have this... It's not too bad, right? It's playing Kolgrim. I am really annoyed. This happens sometimes when I'm recording these videos. I talk about a card and I play it instead of what I meant to do. Alright, well, I guess the Skald has no discard fodder. Let's put that back. Oh, now he does, so that's nice. This hand's really strong. I mean... I think we're fine. The problem is we don't have Heatwave. Let's just open Croc again. We're going to push really hard here. He didn't have an answer for Croc last round. So I'm not sure he will now either. I mean, he locked it, but that's not really an answer. It stops his ability, but he's still a 7-point body out there, and we did get a lot of value from the armor going in our hand. This time we get less. It's just 2 on the Terror of the Sea. Gave us protection on our longships last time. We're going to recover from that mistake, by the way. Don't worry about it. He's not going to win. Alright, this is very strange. It probably still is a Kolgrim deck. I think we just blackhand that, because then that kills off the other guy too. So this will do 1 damage here. Because our blackhand is 3rd armor. His deploy kills the on-crate longship. And then Croc kills the guys we can have bonded. Just like that. And we should be able to answer pretty much everything now. For their turn, we don't need to answer something. We have the Skald discard. And by the way, the other thing with the Kolgrim deck is that I point out we do have Heart of Terror and Heat Wave, so we can root the Defender and the Kolgrim, and you can't play Kolgrim while we have On-Crate Longship. But the other thing here is that we just discard and draw a lot, so Kolgrim won't be very big. We'll get rid of Morkvarg, obviously. This is the turn I was talking about, where we don't have something to play, or something we need to control. When he goes Snowdrop, we have our Heart of Terror, plus Croc Order, that's 12. So I think we want to make sure we have that Croc Order ready. Or it doesn't matter, we can always just go with the Croc, or the Heart of Terror later in the game. We don't have to do it the turn he plays Snowdrop. We don't need to deny the points that it would generate from further drawing, other than his leader, because we can just kill it. Or, like, Heart of Terror will get rid of it, so it doesn't matter. I think we seize this so there's no bonded. I want to seize it so there's no bonded. Because the bonded gives him value. We don't want to have to deal with that. Oh, Peller. Is it Purify going to be good? We could Purify Defender if he plays it, and then Heart of Terror the Kolgrim. That's really good. Up by 25. He has to leader with Snowdrop if he wants a shot here. Because normally you might be able to just rely on Defender Kolgrim, but it's going to take him a long time to get to that few cards. And then by the... Okay, yeah, so we denied the bonded there. That saves us 3 points. Then it was 2 points, or 3 points more than the ship. So we got 6 points over taking the long ship. The long ship would do, what is this, just 2 damage. Because these guys have armor. Do we just Tear the Seas? I think we just Tear the Seas. We're going all in here. This should get both of these. This Black Hand. Oh, we're 1 short. We'll just next turn use Croc in this guy's order to deal with the long ship. Sorry, I forgot the long ship would do 1 damage to us. There's the Snowdrop, so I think we Snowdrop. Well, we don't Snowdrop. He has Snowdrop, so we go with Heart of Terror. Croc kills it. He's going to leader. Let's just see how many of the top of the deck cards he's holding on to. He's our Mage Assassin, so yeah, there's just a Fawn. He's still not ahead. I think we keep pushing here. We will recover from that massive mistake earlier. Yeah, we did. GG. He knows what's coming. Alright, we got the Deadeye ambush here. If this is Waylay, we don't have a great matchup. You might think we do, because pirates get armor, but there's always going to be stuff that doesn't have armor, because we're not going all pirates. So his Waylays will find value. This hand is awful. You might think this hand's really good, but it's kind of awful for 2 reasons. One, we don't have anything we want to discard. See, we have every gold card in our deck basically in our hand. And the problem with that's good going second, it's not great going first, because we have to commit gold cards round 1 no matter what, and he can just pass. And that's really not what we want to be doing in this matchup. We definitely want to be winning round 1. And while we can do that here, it'll cost us our cards we need for round 2. Guess we go Croc. Like, we don't have a choice here. We basically are forced into a situation where we're going to have to try and 2-0 him. Because our hand forced it. We could have... And, like, we can't really put these cards back into our deck. Like, we can't really put Black Hand of Kusha, these guys, into our deck again. It costs us way too much. Like, we might not get them again. Because we don't have the discard cards in our hand. We don't actually hold our control tool, so we're going to have to commit big gold cards here and have to go for a 2-0. I could have put 2 cards back into our deck, but why would I do that? To have a better hand with bronzes, it's round 1, yes, but then we don't have... We were probably not getting them back again, because we don't have the discard cards. So I'll take it back. It's not a terrible hand, it's a very, very awkward hand that forces us to play in a way I don't want to. At this. We do have a Heart of Terror option on the other one here, the 7. We probably don't have another target for it in this entire deck of his. Maybe Vernusyl's Commando. That might get pretty big. But you might want to remove that. And we probably want to remove that otherwise without having to use the Heart of Terror on it. But yeah, this is going to force us to play very awkwardly. And no matter what we do, we're probably ending up with a 3 bronze card round 3. So we have to force out the Waylays. I guess we do this. We can't lose this round. We have to force out the Waylay combo. Because we can't quite beat it round 3. He's going to pass here. He was just waiting for that Sunset Wanderers. So I think our only shot this game is to go for a big 2-0 push, which means we kind of need to draw Coral and Berna. And then our round 3 is going to be trash. But we can't do anything else better because he hasn't played this scenario yet. So we have to heat wave that, and he hasn't played any of the big cards yet. Like, he's played 4 bronzes. And since our hand was all gold cards, we had to commit an enormous amount of provisions. Oh, this is every gold card in our deck, by the way. Look at this. Look at this. Which means we just have to go for the 2-0. If that doesn't work, we'll probably lose the game, but very awkward hand to work with here. If we don't get the 2-0, maybe we can save a couple cards, but the problem is his points all get spread out, which means that our tall removal is pretty poor. It's really helping to be a skirmisher. So maybe we can keep the number of his guys down. If we can keep the number of his Deadeyes down, maybe we have a chance here. We just need to draw into the skirmishers and the scalds here to try and get... Hey, there's a skirmisher, to try and get some value from bronze cards. Some tempo plays and such. But as long as we can keep removing these, we shouldn't be too poorly off. He's going to have to play the scenario at least. We need him to play scenario and sim loss and then not keep any Deadeye charges though, and that's a lot to ask for. We can kill off that scenario here. Would have liked to kill the Deadeye, but we can do that next turn. So now we need him to sim loss into the Waylays, and we also need him to use the Deadeye ambush charges. He might use them to get out his Erilyn. She wasn't out round 1, so I think we can at least force one out. But yeah, we used so many provisions already, round 1. He knows that too. Maybe it would have been right to put a couple of the gold cards back, but then if you don't draw them, it feels like you threw the game. You gonna try and get the Erilyn out? Is that what's going on here? Probably. But then we might have to play in our leader charge. That'd make me pretty good. Okay, he's gonna go for this. Not sure why that was his choice. Let's Fukushia. We're gonna need all this rain. Let's go here. We've decent chance to stop him from getting the Erilyn. Easily get it. Could have killed the Deadeye with a leader charge, but I didn't really want to commit that far. Because this is going to be a turn that's like Isengrim or something where he pulls out the Erilyn and sets up engines. But we wanted all this rain duration to get value. There's the Erilyn. So I think we go with this ship in our hand. We can kill off a Deadeye. And we're holding on to Vigo's muzzle because the only thing we really care about seizing is either this Vernistil's Commando when it's at 6 or an Isengrim. And we just want to keep this rain value going. We need him to sim loss his Waylays, basically. Although he hasn't shown us Vanadane, which means he might not actually be playing that deck. If he's not playing that deck, then we actually have a much better shot. However, we still need him to sim loss, because it's going to be sim loss Bountiful Harvest then. Do we want a leader here? I think we killed 2 Deadeyes. Because the Vernaciel is his big card left, right? He's got Vernaciel and he's got Isengrim. We can make both of them bad. That definitely helps us out. Let's just Vigo's muzzle this, I guess. It is getting really big. And then we can reduce his elf count. So Isengrim's weak and he has no Deadeyes for Vernaciel. We can get rid of the leader charges. That'd be nice. He does have the sim loss. We need that to be gone. We need sim loss gone. We need leader charges gone. We're actually on our way to doing that. But remember, our round 3 hand's going to be 3 bronze cards. Skull plus Skirmisher is our best remaining play for 8. There's a Waylay. I think we try and hold off here. He has to sim loss, I think, or go no leader charges. Even with no leader charges, sim loss into, what's it, probably Bountiful Harvest. Will be what? Probably 5-6 points per elf. Depends on the elves, right? It could be good. So he did that first, which means there's no sim loss. This is going to be Isengrim. There he is. He's trying to hold on to the sim loss, and he will, which is unfortunate for us. Really unfortunate. But no leader charges isn't too bad. The problem is we don't have any way to kill spread out cards. And our best remaining play that we could draw into is Skirmisher and Scald. There's the Scald. Do want the Skirmisher. Okay, that's our best remaining play. Let's put this back. The Primal Savagery would be too hard to trigger here. We don't have damage set up. See what he has. We have Simloss Bountiful Harvest here to open with. We're in a lot of trouble. Oh, he is playing Vanadane. He was able to save it for this round. That's not great. Let's kill it. If we don't kill this, it's guaranteed 6 points. However, we do know he has 2 Waylays in his hand. Each of those are worth 6 points. His last card's Simloss. The thing is, if he's playing Simloss Waylay deck, I think he only has... We might have a chance here. We might have a chance here. Because he has 2 Waylays in his hand. Because he just played Vanadane. Killed the Vanadane. He has Simloss left still. However, Simloss doesn't really have any good targets. Because if he's playing the Waylay deck, I don't think he has room for Bountiful Harvests. Which means he's not playing those. And I don't think they run Rebuke. Which means that the only card in his deck Simloss can play is his last Waylay, which is an 8-point play. So we know he has 6 here, then 6, and then he has 8. And that is the only card in our deck that we draw that doesn't make us win. That's unfortunate. There's another one. Because here's the thing. His last play is an 8-point play. And if you look at the numbers here, that puts him to 14. And our Gutting Slash will only have a 3-point target. There's the Simloss. This is going to be a 1 Waylay. And this is going to be a draw. Despite how much we force out of him. And having a not great start. And that's a draw. GG. A little unfortunate there. Any card other than Peller we draw is worth at least 5 points. So that would have made us win. Unfortunate. What do we have here then? Okay, probably is a Bounty Crime deck. Honestly, this is a really good hand. We got a mix of our discards and bronzes. We really want those early, unlike last game where we didn't get them till round 2 and 3. And we've got some engine cards we can play, get some setup. We're not forced to commit 3 gold cards round 1 from having an all-gold hand. Maybe we probably should have put one back, but it just feels really bad. Obviously, we still go Coral here. Still go Coral. He might Philippa Coral if he has a Philippa. It's not a bad target. Could more release this. Could junior it. He has a lot of choices here. But let's just try and figure out what he's playing. That one first card he played is very weird. Okay, I know what's going on here. He's playing a scam. He's playing one of the meme decks. He's going to go for the Swarm of Firesworn, so we just take this. Then he can't. He's trying to go for like the Infinite Townsfolk or something. One of those combos. It's probably Townsfolk. He's going for one of the infinite combos where you keep getting all your coins back from spawning. This is probably something like Townsfolk. And then he can revive this with Cyrus or something. So we just take it, and that can't happen anymore. And now his entire meme combo is going to be ruined. Because you're not playing Firesworn in this deck without some kind of reason. And that reason has to do with the leader charges. And it has to do with the leader charges. The only thing I can think of is Townsfolk. So as long as he can't revive this and can't use it this round, we should be good, because he won't have anything to do with his deck. I think I've identified this. Alright, we'll go Burna here. Double discard. Yeah. So we identified what's going on here. He's playing some kind of combo meme deck, or just like a very specific strategy. But see, as long as you know they're doing that, and you have control, and you know what the key card will be, and the key card in his deck is obviously the Scribe. So we've identified the important part of his deck is the Scribe. We stole it round 1. We've now forced out Zavala and King of Beggars round 1. So he doesn't have that finisher anymore. which means that we've kind of forced out his backup plan. We forced out his main plan. He's not going to be able to execute his plan with these scribes because we just took it because we know that's what he's going for. And we should win the game now. That's just what this comes down. We should be able to win this round uneven. He won't have his Firesworn Scribe combo. We know what he's doing. We have leader charges for damage. We forced out his finisher. And this should just be a GG eventually. But I don't imagine he has anything left he can do. We'll even give him the option to pass uneven. Oh wait, no we won't, because we can just use a leader charge. I don't think we give him the choice. He's going to have a lot of trouble with this. Yeah, there's the Megascope on the Firesworn Scribe. Exactly, he's playing some kind of meme deck with these. We just don't let him win round 1, and then we force it out round 2 and we win. That's what I do against all of these decks that are so specific. You don't know what they're doing? Try and get them to waste whatever it is they're playing. Okay, I don't think these ships are going to be very helpful this time. The Harpooners. Not in this game, at least. And then we've got the Purify, just in case he puts a bounty out or something. He can remove it. He's playing Defender. We don't really want to Purify those, but we can remove a bounty from us. So he's probably going to... He doesn't even have anything to bring back with Cyrus, really. So we took the Scribe. I wanted to Megascope the Scribe, I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure this is a Scribe deck. Probably with Townsfolk or something. But at this point, he has to Junior us here. And then Junior's gone. We can Fukusha Croc back. And then he'll have no leader charge. Well, he'll have leader charges, but then he won't have enough coins to go for a Philippa on us. Which means that we'll have Croc live again. Alright, he's just going off the top. What's he looking for? No leader charges even used, so this is just a complete RNG search by him. He must have his cards already. Oh, there's a Cleaver. Well, I think we just kill Cleaver here. And that should kind of be the end of the story. Very interesting deck, though. He's going for a Swarm deck with Cleaver. Since we know he's playing the Scribes, which means I think Cleaver's the key card here. Yep, the second we kill Cleaver, he's out. GG. One last game. Another Deadeye ambush. That last one was really interesting. But we figured out what he was doing early on, and once we knew the Scribe was the key card, those Scribes for you. Okay, this hand is interesting. Let's see if we can't make the Whale Harpooner do something here. He's going to have a bunch of units. The problem is they might all be in one row. We won't be able to move anything to a row full of stuff. But I still want to try it, I think. Primal Savagery we'll put back. It's decent. We'll usually find value here. They even actually have a couple 2-point cards they might play. But we want to go with more of our discarding and Coral here. We'll get it later when we get value then. It is really good here, though, because we can use it on one of the guys spawned from his Saber. That being said, since we're going second, I want higher value cards, like big tempo push cards. We just kill this, and our Sunset Wanderers can keep getting bigger. If this is the Simloss deck, again, we need to force out stuff round 2, which means we need to win round 1. However, this time we only have the 1 discard and Morkvarg with Coral. We don't have Burna or the Skirmishers, so it's going to be a little harder to do that. We also don't have Croc, which we could open with as an alternative. Yeah, it's the Simloss Waylays deck. And the thing is, we can't actually take the Vanadane here. Or kill it without leader charges. Oh, we can. We do the Vigo's Muggle. The thing is, now it's only a 4. So I think we'd kill it instead. Maybe go the Harpooner. And then a leader charge. Just kill it. We'll see what he does. There's the Waylay for 2 Deadeyes. Let's just Scald. He's already gotten one of his 2 Waylays played with the Vanadane. So He's gonna get. It's only denies 3 points to kill it, and we have to use a leader charge for it. So I think we don't do that. You did draw that Skirmisher, which is really nice. Or we had it and I was blind. Okay, we don't have Heat Wave, so this round's over. And that's really bad for us. I mean, he executes his strategy just how he wants. And there's the Erlen. This might be a loss, guys. We'll still try and win, but it's not a good situation here we're going to find ourselves in. Because he gets, what, 9 points off another elf. He's got 3 points on transforms. That's 13 points plus whatever he plays. We can't keep up with that, so he gets whatever he wants now. He's gonna push us round 2 and try and do a Simloss quad Waylay round 3. So we need to not let that happen. We basically want round 3 to be longer, as long as possible. The longer round 3 is, the more chance we have to not lose to a, 26-point play from the Simloss Waylays. So we kind of need it to be longer. And we need to build up armor on our hand. This is going to be useless. We would like a Skirmisher to give her the Harpooner, too. It's not going to work out here, I don't think. Interesting idea, but I think we'll swap him out for different cards after this. Didn't quite work out very well in these games. Alright, let's see what he's going to try and push us with. Yeah, we knew that was coming. I think we just gutting slash that. There's no reason to let it keep going. I think it's its only engine. Because usually you don't play Vernus's Commander or Commando. That should be his only engine card. We'll get rid of that. Keep the elf count down. We have to watch out for the Vernosiel. If he's going to go Waylay, Simloss, Waylay, Vernosiel round 3. It's probably his ideal situation. And we don't really have a way to not let that happen. Because we lost round 1 from not having... Well, we didn't have Heat Wave. We didn't have Croc. Those are our 2 usual ways we try and keep up with that type of stuff round 1. Or we have all the tempo from Coral discards, but we only had the 1. We had 2 actually, but it wasn't enough. Interesting. And we just have to play their engine cards, because this is going to be a long round. There's the Waylay. He's going to shuffle these back into his deck. Let's go with our second longship. One of these is going to die. He probably has the elf that does 3 damage and summons a Deadeye. That's probably what he's setting up for. I don't see what else it would be. Maybe we get good Harpooner value this round. Let's see. That might be an option. Might give us a good shot. Yeah, that's what it was. You do want to play Skuld before the Harpooner. You can discard it if this isn't Skirmisher, and it's probably not Skirmisher. I think we discard the Harpooner here. We didn't get Croc either. That's obviously not great. This longship might help us with a little bit of control, but we're going to have to go to this round 3 on his terms, probably. And that's not something I want to do, but it's probably what's going to happen and probably will cost us the game. Oh, he's actually going to go to it. This is actually the best scenario for us. We do lose our... what's his face? The Sunset Wanderer here, but that's okay. We have a longer round 3. We got a good shot here. Good. I didn't think he'd do this. Alright. Looking much better here. So we want to see our Skuld. We could Fukusha back Coral. That wouldn't be bad. And let's see here. This guy's got armor. Again, though, I don't think we want him. Savagery can definitely trigger this round. It's 8 points. But look at our deck. It's Croc, Heatwave, Burna. We want all of those. Croc. Croc's really good. I'm glad we got him. We want to armor this, this, and this. It's getting heat waved though. Like, these people play heat wave, so we're gonna lose Croc. If he doesn't kill Croc, we have a shot. If he kills Croc, our shot gets a lot smaller because we can't Fukusha. If he kills Croc, it's okay. We can't have him banishing it, but he probably will banish it. And there it is. Not hopeless. Let's go with the longship here. The thing is, we don't have enough armor buildup that we can stop all the Waylays from doing damage. And we're still kind of have Morkvarg Terror. Maybe we should have put him back in our deck. He's probably only getting 6 value. But we kept him because we had Croc. If Croc lives, there's the Alyssa, yeah. Sinmoss is going to be the next play. So he's going to kill off our engine cards, whatever we play. Let's play Blackhand because he's got armor. And he is an engine. He'll have to spend 3 of his damage into its armor to kill it. And then our longship lives. He can't kill both of these. Our longship, this guy, range draw. Simlas. Which one's he going to go for? He's going to leave Blackhand. It's probably a good choice. And now we're down by 14. He has the Vernaciel. We could revive Coral, but I think the rain's more value. I think we revive Scald instead. Because the rain's going to give us 10 value. So this is going to be a 14. If we play Coral, the rain gives us 1, so that's 2, but she gives us 8. Yeah, there should be more points. Because we lose 2 points on Coral, and we lose 2 points from her ability. But we gain an extra 4 turns of rain this way. Yeah, that's worth it. Problem here is he still has the Vernaciel play. I think our only shot is just to try and kill off as many of these Deadeye Commandos as possible right now. But the thing is, he still is leader for 3 more. Like, we have to kill these right now. Before he Isengrims, before he Isengrims, before he Vernaciels. But we don't have a good... We're going to have to use Zealous Muzzle and Isengrim. And then we don't have a good target for... Yeah, if he's holding Vernaciel, this game's over. That's what it comes down to. There's the Isengrim. So we Vigos Muzzle that. And he has Ownermancy, so if he doesn't have Vernaciel, he can definitely get her. So we know this is a lost game here, but we'll keep playing it. We'll just keep playing a little bit, make sure he has it. But if you guys made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Unfortunately, this last game will be a loss here. The only changes I would mention to this deck, by the way, are probably don't play the Whale Harpooner. I wanted to try it out. And a notable card that is not in here is Junod, because of... There's the Vernaciel, by the way. Because Junod got... well, the Skirmishers got nerfed, so we had to cut Junod to fit something else in. So there's too many provisions. But that'll be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. We'll just finish this game out real quick. I'm just kind of curious what his last cards are. If he went for Vernaciel this early, maybe he thought we'd kill more guys. Wild Boar at the Sea. Fun card. Not in this deck. Yeah, this will be our pirate deck here. As you can see, it doesn't do great against these point slam decks. We want to deal with engines, and we want to deal with have Tall Punish, but we don't have either in this case. And there's the Taruviel, and we just have a 7 point Heart of Terror, so that'll be GG. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.